Well, here I am again. This whole thing, it isn't scripted. I just making it up as I go. I have some presenter notes here, just to, keep me along the story, because this is my third take by now, and I've just been going wherever. I just want to just talk a little bit about how Dneail came to be. As a lot of you know, Dneail.com started in 2020 actually. Yeah, 2020 I think. Yeah, 2020. But before that, it was just without a website. I was in also 2020, but the name Dneail goes even further than that, into 2017. So let's go from there. Okay. In the beginning, in 2017, I started as I got hacked. In 2016, I got hacked. My previous account on Roblox was hacked because I fell for one of those Roblox scams. And it's crazy to me how me going to one of those free Roblox games has led to this. It's just crazy to think about, right? Like, wow. So anyways, I got hacked. And, well, I had to cut my losses and move on. So I had to make a new account. And my new account, I wanted to sort of be like something I could easily give to my friends at school, give them. And my name, as no surprise, is an anagram of my real name. And my real name is Dneail. So yeah, I'm Dneail. I'm Australian, and whenever I make my stuff, I usually make them here or in Kazakhstan. Now, I have a bit of a big background, and I speak about 4 languages, including English, Russian, French, and Tasmanian. And, it's crazy to see me become these things like a musical artist and so much. And, I've turned the name Dneail into an entire face. I can't believe that now I own stuff like Dneail.com. I want to just talk a little bit about how Dneail.com came to be. So, after I started my YouTube channel, Dneail Plays, I thought, usually whenever I made a YouTube channel, I had a website for it. This time I thought, nah, I'm not gonna have a website for it, because I just didn't want to do that. But I got bored one day, decided to make a website on Wix, which I'm not gonna talk a lot about. If you still want to see it, dneail.wixsite.com/Dneail. It's still up, never took it down. It was hard to make stuff on there without paying them, and being broke, I obviously couldn't. So instead, I bought my own domain name, which was cheaper. Started making on there, on a new CMS, on everything. And, the story from there, Dneail.com began. I built Dneail Online, shut it down, made it again, tried to do it again. Dneail became into a bunch of things: Dash, Hodes, QE, which I'll talk about in a second, and Dneail Stream, which is also pretty big and it's still up to today, but I don't know much about that anymore. Now, I've talked a bit about Dneail, but I want to talk a little bit about my next mega project. Now, in the past, I've had one before Dneail. This one I didn't really have it out in the public, but I tried to so hard. And I didn't, because it was just not possible. So yeah, my next mega project, untitled Dneail. Next mega project is, well, QE. See, originally I started QE as, let me tell you the story. So QE started off in 2020. Okay, maybe it was 1 by now, and I had I've just built Dneail Surf and it was an amazing name. I loved it. But the browser was not so good. And it used some different search engines. Not my own. It used Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever. And so I wanted to make my own search engine. I thought this was hard, a big undertaking. But you know what? In the end, I did it pretty easily. I cheated my way through a little bit. I used Google CSE to create the first 2 years worth of it, and after that I've kind of just made it and left it at that. And it was hosted on search.dneail.com. A few days later, I thought Dneail Search, such a bad name, the logo sucked. I wanted to rename it to QE. And, by the way, you can see the logos on about.kiwi.co. So yeah, the whole story is on there. And anyways, a little bit after, in 2021, yeah, I changed the logo to QE and changed the name to QE. And after a while, I left it at that. I always wanted to expand on it, but I just felt like I couldn't. It wasn't good enough. Anyways, I was searching around the Russian internet, the Chinese internet, all these countries that have just completely different set of rules than us. And I thought that all these search engines, like, wow, like, this is a good search engine, this is a good, like, front page. I wanted to create my own front page, incorporating QE. And by now, this was 2023, so I got to work, and I completely remade QE from the ground up, made everything new. Eventually, I dropped the whole idea to make it the front page of the internet and just be a search engine, a good one. Maybe I'll come back to it one day. I don't know. And this is how I came to the current QE. I love the new logo. It was much better than the previous one. And I feel like the future of QE, it's going to be very different. Because, see, I feel like Dneail is finished. I can't think of anything more to make other than to completely remake. So, I've always said this, but I feel like I don't really like having Dneail as be a person and a company. And I don't want to give up on the company because I don't really even own QE.com, and that's a pretty big thing. So I'm not going to give up on it yet. But I think in the future, maybe you'll be learning up QE. And maybe, just maybe, everything will be QE. And there won't be no Dneail anymore. I'll be the person behind it. Even not, because in the future I'm probably going to reveal my real name and Dneail will just no longer be a name. It just won't be a thing. I'm probably going to give up on my YouTube channel too very soon. In a couple of years it's going to have to come to an end. And actually, all of this is going to come to an end. A very sad end. All of this, it's going to end one day, and that's just what we have to work with. And then in a year, we're going to start having troubles, I think. We just bought a bunch of domain names. I can't pay them all off in a year, and I'm just being honest. I feel like maybe in the future, I wonder what will happen in the future. I don't want this to end, but it's expensive to keep it running. This is one of my first times speaking from the heart. This is what I really am like. I always have a lot to say, but just can't get it all out in time. I guess I should say something. But until that dark future, I think we should embrace QE. And at at the end of the day, all this is, it's for fun. You know, this is all for fun. But if it's all for fun, why am I investing so much money into this? Right? But yeah, at the end of the day, this is all just for nice, fun times. And so I want to say thank you for helping me along the way. And well, this doesn't end. Could you subscribe? I haven't made a lot of money off of this, and I'm investing so much into it. I just feel like I'm not getting a lot out of this in return. So let's hope something happens in the near future. But until then, it's a goodbye, and thank you for watching this year's Dneail Day special event. You know, when this whole channel was younger, I thought this was gonna be like one of the first positive channels, but I guess not. I'm sorry for not making this as funny or as fun, and I'm sorry if you didn't like this, but it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of Dneail Live Week, because on Thursday I've got something really special lined up for you in terms of QE, in terms of my musical career, and in terms of a little announcement you've all been waiting for, multiple announcements, and honestly, can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah. Happy birthday if you're watching me. I hope you enjoy whatever you got. See ya.